Hello, hello, Ambrosia here, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys a very special project. You know, I have a lot of clients that they've purchased an engagement ring elsewhere and they can't find a matching wedding band. And so what makes it really unique here is that we can actually handcraft a wedding band to not only fit your engagement ring perfectly, but make sure that it matches and just looks like the whole piece went together. And so this project comes from a special client from Nebraska. She had her wedding ring for many years, and this is actually an engagement ring with a wedding band or an enhancer rack style of band. And so after we inspected the ring, we realized that it was in a little bit of need and care. And you guys can see it's a little bit thin in the back, or what we call the shank. And over time, just the gold wears down, it starts getting a little bit thinner. You might notice that it bends and kind of changes shape. And so what we needed to do was replace the whole shank with a nice thick band to be able to last for many years. And then also inspecting all of the prongs, they were worn down and really needed some attention. So Lisa came to us with her wedding ring, and she wanted a wedding band that kind of complemented with the rest of the ring. It definitely wasn't easy. This project made me think outside the box. It's a very unique wedding band, and trying to make something that goes along with the overall design of the ring, but I didn't want it to feel so big and bulky and it was going to take up too much space on her finger. After Lisa decided on which sketch she loved the most, this is the fun part where we created a 3D computer model of the new wedding band. What makes it unique when we create this project is, first I have to take pictures of the original ring from a couple different views. We have the exact measurements, and I do a simple mock-up of the original ring. So then that way I can make a wedding band which is going to fit right up to that engagement ring. So it's a little bit tricky and makes it very difficult where you're trying to make a model to fit an original ring, but you don't have all of the exact measurements or the exact angles. So what I do is I create this very kind of blocky computer model, and so then that way it gives me some room after we make the wax mold to be able to kind of carve and adjust to make it fit perfectly for that original ring.
So I'm going to show you guys the wax mold, and I actually keep it in a little plastic container because they are very fragile, and they come in all different colors that you can see here, but it's actually a little bit harder than like what a candle wax is, but they are still very fragile. So you can see where the little prongs are set for all those little diamonds, and it looks exactly like how the computer model is. So what I have here are special little tools for wax only. I make sure all my drill bits are labeled wax only because I don't want to use these when I'm working on gold or trying to set diamonds, because you're going to have all that wax residue that's going to get coated all over the jewelry. So it's just best to keep your own wax tools, whether it's files or little drill bits. And then I have the original ring here. We actually replaced the whole back shank where it's nice and thick, because before it was thin, it was worn down. And so if I'm going to be making this wax fit for this original wedding ring, I want to make sure that this is the exact thickness that I want the ring to end up being. And so that's why I wanted to go ahead and replace the whole back shank, so then I know this wax is going to fit perfectly. So what I'm going to do is just kind of start shaving a little bit away and just be checking it the whole time to make sure that it fits perfectly. Okay, so I pretty much have wedding band as close as I can get. I really don't want to shave off too much more because once you actually cast the wax into the gold, there might be a little bit of shrinkage. So if I shave off more, I'm probably gonna have more gaps, which then I've got even a bigger issue. So what I want to do is use a mandrel, which you use to actually size rings, because you can see the different numbers here. And this way I can make sure that it kind of shows its last good fitting. Because when it's on your finger, maybe it's off a little bit, like it's not the same level, I guess you could say. So on a mandrel, it's gonna show the exact same level here. So now I can make sure it's gonna fit just perfectly. And once again, you wanna be careful because this wax is fragile. So there are like a few gaps here on the sides, but once I heat up the band after it's casted in gold, we'll be able to heat it up, kind of squish it in a little bit closer, like form it to the original wedding ring, and there won't be any gaps. It's gonna blend in just perfectly. So I'm just gonna kind of just double check everything's kind of matching up for the angles on the front. And, oh crap, told you it's fragile. I've got a little bit of a crack here on the back of the band. Okay. Well, I guess a little bit of super glue will kind of hold that together. I am so thankful it's on the back because I'll be able to blend that together versus breaking off one of my prongs. Always fun in the shop.
So now you guys can see the band fits perfectly to the original ring. It looks like it always went together. I'm so happy with how all of the grooves kind of match with the original. We added a couple little diamond accents to complement the original wedding band as well. So it's a little bit of behind the scenes of how I custom design a wedding band to fit perfect for an engagement ring. You know, it doesn't matter how difficult of the design the engagement ring is or what the overall style is. With the process that I have, that's what is able to allow me to make any wedding band fit perfect for an engagement ring. Not only where it fits perfectly together, the diamonds all line up perfectly, but it looks like it was always meant to be. So if you guys have any questions or comments, definitely comment down below. And if you're looking for a special project to be made, definitely send me an email or a message. I give free estimates and a couple of design ideas, and I would love to be able to help out. Have a fabulous day, everyone.